Let me begin with a simple but an important question. India is one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. It recently became the fifth largest economy globally. But does rapid growth automatically mean India will become a developed country? Not necessarily. Many countries have grown quickly and then slowed down. This is known as the middle income trap. And today, I'll explore whether India is at the risk of falling into it. The middle income trap refers to a situation where a country reaches a certain income level but struggles to move beyond it. According to global development benchmarks, countries typically get stuck when their per capita income reaches around $4,000 to $12,000 but fails to grow further. India's per capita income is still around $2,400, which means it is not yet in the trap. But the real concern is whether it can sustain the growth and avoid getting stuck in the future. Recent reports from institutions like the World Bank and IMF have also highlighted that sustaining long term growth will be India's biggest challenge in the coming decades. There are several reasons why India could face this challenge. First, a large share of India's workforce, around 40 to 45%, is still employed in agriculture, even though this sector contributes only about 15 to 18% of the total output. This reflects low productivity. Second, manufacturing has not grown as expected. Its share in the economy has remained roughly around 15 to 17%, whereas countries like China saw manufacturing contribute over 25% during their rapid growth phase. Third, there is a major skill gap. According to various industry reports, only a small percentage of India's workforce is formally skilled, which limits efficiency and innovation. Fourth, India's spending on research and development is less than 1% of GDP, significantly lower than countries like South Korea, which invests over 40%. Fifth, the informal sector still dominates, employing nearly 80 to 85% of the workforce, which leads to low job security and limited income growth. And finally, infrastructure challenges. They increase costs. For example, logistics costs in India are estimated to be around 13 to 14% of GDP, compared to about 8 to 9% in more developed economies. All this factor together slow down the transition to a higher level of development. If India falls into the middle income trap, the consequences could be significant. Economic growth could slow down after reaching a certain level, making it difficult to increase incomes further. Job creation may not be sufficient for the growing youth population, and India adds millions of people to its workforce every year. Recent news discussion have also pointed out concerns about jobless growth, where output increases but the employment does not keep pace. Income inequality could rise, and benefits of growth may not reach all the sections of society. Most importantly, India may not fully utilize its demographic advantage, which is time sensitive. To avoid the situation, India needs a clear and sustained strategy. First, it must strengthen manufacturing and increase exports, building on initiatives like Make in India and production linked incentive schemes. Second, there should be a stronger investment in education, skill development, and healthcare to improve the quality of workforce. Third, India needs to encourage innovation and increase its spending on research and development. Fourth, improving infrastructure, especially logistics, transportation, and urban planning, can reduce costs and boost efficiency. Fifth, formalizing the economy and expanding social security can improve job quality and income stability. These reforms will not show immediate results, but over a period of 10 to 15 years, they can significantly transform the economy. However, there are challenges in implementation. Policy execution gaps, regulatory hurdles, and global uncertainties such as inflation and slowing global demand can affect the progress. Looking at global examples, countries like Brazil and South Africa have struggled to move beyond this stage, while South Korea successfully transitioned by focusing on education, exports, and technological advancement. In conclusion, India stands at a crucial turning point. The question is not just whether India will continue to grow, but whether it can grow in a way that creates better jobs, improves productivity, and builds long term competitiveness. Because escaping the middle income trap is not automatic, it requires the right choices made at right time.